ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय कोटिसूर्यसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वति नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा वागर्थाविव सम्पृक्तौ वागर्थप्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ येनाक्षरसमाम्नायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्. Okay, so we have seen Matup Likara, and I was thinking I'll do Mayat, and I thought Mayat is too small. So I have been trying to think what should I do so it is not too much to you and gives you more benefit. So it's a hard find, to find things which will be useful and that you'll remember. So I'm thinking what I can do. So we'll start with a section which many of you may be familiar with, words, a lot of words, which will just be case endings. And we will cover Tasil also there. Right? So now, generally, see, the difficulty with taddhita, I will tell you, is what? There are too many pratyas and in too many meanings. And you have to follow two series to understand how to match them. But what you should be able to do is this. When you see something in our text, bhashyam, or anywhere we read, you should be able to find a pattern which tells you it's taddhita. That you can do. I feel you can do. So, for example, aruneyaha, it will say arunasya apatyam. Immediately you should know it is talking of apatyadikar. So in situations like we should be able to spot it. Like, say, for example, right now in Brihadaranyaka, we are looking at what? The vasana. Right? So there you are going to see a word which is what? Maharajanam. Maharajanam. And a commentary will say Maharajana is turmeric. Tena raktam Maharajanam. That's what we will see. When it says Tena raktam, this is a very typical Lakshana Vakya in Taddhitas. That you'll be able to spot. Tasya apatyam, Tena raktam, Tasya idam. You may not see Tasya idam. Rishehe idam. Arsham. So, Rishehe idam, that word idam went away. Tasya apatyam, the word apatyam went away. Right? Whosoever son it is, that word remains. Word apatyam goes away. And the word apatyam is said by the pratyaya. Are you able to follow? So, Dasharathasya apatyam. You, samasa would be Dasharatha apatyam. Shashti Tat Purusha. But you don't see Dasharatha in Taddhita. Sorry, you don't see apatyam in Taddhita. You will see only Dasharathihi. So, what happened to Tasya apatyam? They got swallowed into one pratyaya in him. So, if you're able to spot this kind of, sentences, that will help you see more taddhita. Right? And the arrangement is you have a pratyaya and you have a lot of pratyas which can be coming in as apadas to it. In general meanings or in particular meanings. So, if you want to know, if you look at it, it will just tell you the appropriate pratyaya will come. That's what Kashikakara will tell you. What is appropriate pratyaya? You need to know Ashtadhyayi. Otherwise, you won't figure out what's going on there. That's why I'm hesitant to do how much to do. It's a huge adhikara. Interesting in some places, but how much to do is a difficult choice to make. So whole day I've been looking only, but still I haven't come to a conclusion as to what is good for good. Because I don't want every class I have to prepare freshly is a pain. So I have to do something where I can know what all I'm going to do for next few classes. That hasn't still happened. We'll see what can we do about it. Not to, make you feel this is going to be wasted class. Not that way. Just telling you that, taddhita is like that. All right. So, for example, now the one we have to look at, I just told you this, raga, right? This maharajanam. So that if I want to see, where will I find it? I'll find in tena raktaha. That statement you'll find. Look for an Ashtadhyayi, you will find on tena raktaha. It's colored by that. Then some pratyaya or some, there'll be a pratyaya which is either utsarga or apavada will come. So in general, taddhita is representing relationship between two things, two nouns. Correct? This is what we have seen. Whether it's tasya bhavaha, thatness, tasya bhavaha tvatalau, or whether it is tadasya asti, tasmin, matupartha, right? Or we saw what it is better than that, taraptamap. Correct? So in all these, there's a relationship between multiple words. All right. Now we will enter a section where there is no relationship, which means it is not a taddhita in that conventional sense. Okay. But it is put in the taddhita section. So you are not going to find a relation. Relationship will what? One will be a pronoun and one will be the relationship. Tatra bhavaha. Tasya vikaraha. Tena raktam. Tasya apatyam. So like this, you will find two words. And we have to replace the pronoun with the word we are interested in that context. Tasya idam, tatra bhavaha. Lot of these sentences we can find. They are all, I will call them all lakshana vakya. So they tell you what is the relationship between what words. Okay. This is the general method. Now we will enter a section beginning with 5.3. Okay. So we will enter there now. And then I will talk further. Okay. So now this section says pragdisho vibhakti. Pragdisho vibhakti. When you find a statement like this, prag something, you should now understand this is talking of an adhikara. Okay. So now let us go into the Ashtadhyayi. Ashtadhyayi kutra asti? Okay. Here's the Ashtadhyayi. Okay. Now in this Ashtadhyayi, I can probably make it bigger. Let me see. Okay, not a good idea. It will mess it up further. Give me 1 second. Okay, yeah, all right. So now we are looking at 5, 3, 1. Four, 4, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, 3, 44. Okay. 5, 2. We're almost there now. Okay. So you can see taddhita is, each pada is also big. So it's not small. So big adhika. Oh, I'm going the other way now. Sorry. I'm very challenged sometimes. Okay. Pratyasho vibhakti. This is sutra. All right. And in this sutra now, you look at this, you see this here, dikshabdebhyah saptami, panchami, prathama, etc. This dik is what is being referred to as disha. Dik declines as dik dishau disha. That is told to you by this number here. All right. So what is it saying? Disha. Beginning with 531 up to 5326, the section is called Disha. Are you with me? It's important. If we are looking at Ashtadhyayi, it's important to understand this. That this section is called Disha. So in fact, what will they call it? Dishiya Prakaranam. Starting here. Simply Dishiya won't tell you anything. Suppose you say in first chapter, it will become very big. You would say it here only. Dishiya Prakaranam. Now, what is the first sutra there? Disho vibhakti. So what it means is, see, normally what happens, anything in the first case is what is talked about. Like a sanya, like a pratyaya, like an agama. Correct? So when you're in the pratyaya section, you know it's a pratyaya. When you're in the replacement section, it is adesha. So here also, what is this under this 5.3? It's under pratyadhikara. It is under pratyadhikara. So what will be said in first case? Will all be pratyayas. Now, in this section, the pratyayas are going to get one more sanya. What is that? Vibhakti. They will get one more name, Vibhakti. What is Vibhakti? What is Vibhakti that you know of so far? Vibhakti. Do you remember what is Vibhakti? The endings you add both for Tinganta and Subanta are called Vibhakti. Sup and Ting are all Vibhakti. Su aujas, auchas, Vibhakti. Titaha anti, sitha tha, mivaha maha is also what? Vibhakti. Ta tham ja, tha sa tham tvam, idvahi mahi. All called Vibhaktis. All right. Now, what is the special? What is it? Why should I call them Vibhaktis? Now, if you remember, su aujas, out shas, Rama plus what happens? Or Marut plus let's keep it simpler. Marut plus what do you get? Marut, marutau, marutaha. Then what?
Marutam.
Marutam. Correct? Makara, did it get dropped? Isn't halantyam it? Halantyam it. Why Makara didn't go? Someone help me. Not Avinash. Okay? Other than Avinash. Yes, Malati.
Na vibhaktau tusmaha.
Correct. Very good. Na vibhaktau tusmaha. Why I said not Avinash? Because I think he knows more now. So he remembers also very well. So if he tells, nobody else get a chance. Therefore, not Avinash. Okay? So now, any pratyas in this section, up to where? 26. 531 to 5326. What is the sangya they're going to get? Vibhakti. Therefore, what will happen now? If you have a pratyaya ending in what? Tusmaha. Tavarga, sakara, makara, they will not get its sanya. Tasil, tas pratyaya, pratyaya tas. What should happen? It should become ta. Sakara will go, it won't go. Why? Vibhakti. Get it? So there is a reason why it's given a vibhakti. See, Panini is very smart. He already has sanya vibhakti. For that, he has defined what is some rules. So he wants to reuse them. How to reuse them? Just do an atidesha. Atidesha means extend. What are you extending? Okay. Till now, only that much was called vibhakti. Now, this will also be called vibhakti. By just calling it vibhakti, you should know the implications. One significant implication is this. Okay. All right. Now, another word you should remember, which you have done so far, is what is svaartha pratyaya? Someone help me. What is svaartha pratyaya? Unmute and talk. Raise your hand first. Harsha, go ahead.
Svaartha pratyaya does not change the, even when added, it goes away. Like Namadeyan is Nama Matram and is a Svartha Pratyaya example.
Correct. And what does it mean? You're right. Example is correct.
It comes and goes away without, it's a pratyaya that gets.
It doesn't go away. Dheya is remaining. Nama dheya. It didn't go away. Note. Doesn't go away. It stays.
It doesn't change the meaning of the word.
It does not bring about any change to the prakriti. Swartha is prakriti artheva. No extra meaning. Pratyaya is always added to a prakriti. Similarly, when we do churadibhya nich, you add chur. Chur already has meaning stay. Plus nich will become chori. Meaning doesn't change. Remains chori. So, to whatever a pratyaya is added, when it does not bring about a change to what it's added, such a pratyaya is called a svaartha pratyaya. Clear? Okay. Now, let us go back into that sutra with this much understanding. Okay? So now, prak dishaha vibhakti. What does it mean? He is saying it is Sangya Sutra. Why? It is making a Sangya. What is Sangya? Vibhakti. Itaha param. From here onwards, up till when? 5-3-26 iti yavat. Until then. Adhikara is being said. Ye pratyayaha pathyante. Those pratyayas which are read, which are said in this section, te vibhakti sanyakaha santi. They are also going to enjoy a name called vibhakti. Pratyaya they already have. They will also be called a vibhakti. Not only pratyaya, they are also called taddhita. So any number of sanyas it can have. A thing can have many names. Except when Panini says they cannot have many names. So some place he will say you cannot have many names. But generally he allows many names. All right. Now, Panchamadhyayasya Tritiya Padasya Prathamam Sutram Idam Adhikara Sutram. It is Adhikara Sutra. So now, Asmat Sutrat Vibhakti Sanyayaha Adhikaraha Prarabhate. You understand this much Sanskrit. From here, the Vibhakti Sanya Adhikara begins. Asmat Sutrat Arabhya Dikshabdebhyah Saptami Panchami Prathamabhyah. See, this is the 5327. He's just explaining it. Until then, whatever is there, that adhikara is going up to there. Okay? And they're called prat. Now, what are these that are going to get the sanya of vibhakti? He is just giving you a quick. See, this is how the person who has written ashtadhyayi.com helps us. He gives you a lot of detail. If you go and see, if you see in Kashika, it won't tell you much. It'll tell you what? It'll just tell you this much is what it is. It won't give you a whole lot of detail. So now we go back and we see what he is saying here. So he's telling us that in this section, 531, 532, 533, Like this, you have not numbers on the right side, 537, 5310. These are all the sutra numbers. He is listing those sutras in the section where a pratyaya is mentioned. Okay? So, what is it now? Panchamyaha tasil. What is the pratyaya there? Tasil. Right? Taseshcha. Tasi also. Two pratyayas, tasil and tasi. They are both what? They are going to get vibhakti sanya. Saptamyas tral. What is the pratyaya? Tral. Okay? Idamo haha. What is the pratyaya? Ha. Kimo at. At is a pratyaya. Da sarvaikanyat kim yat tadah kale da. Da is a pratyaya. Rhil. Rhil is a pratyaya. Then dhuna is a pratyaya. Danim is a pratyaya. You see this now. Danim. Makara is ending. That won't go. Idanim, tadanim, all that you will get. So like this, he is listing. Thal. What is thal? Yatha, tatha. You will get words like this. Katham. Tham will give you katham. Right? So like this, he has told you, these are 12 pratyayas listed in this section. What will they get? They get the sanya, vibhakti. That much is the intention here. Sarve pratyyaha vibhakti sanyaha prapnuvanti. Kimartham etesham vibhakti sangyam kriyate? Why do you give them the vibhakti sankhya, vibhakti sanya? He explaining. It sangya nishedha. I just told you about this. So, na vibhaktau tusmaha. Because of this, what happens? In danim, makara does not become halantyam. In tasil, sakara doesn't become a it letter. Okay? So then, when a vibhakti follows, some change must happen. When a vibhakti follows, some change must happen. Those changes will happen even when these taddhita pratyayas follow. So he can use, say for example, kim pratipadika. How does it decline? In masculine, kaha kauke. What happened to im? How kim became kaha? There is one rule. Kimah kaha. How is it used? It is used when a vibhakti follows, kim is replaced by kaha. When a vibhakti follows, kim is replaced by kaha. That's the rule. Now, he says that rule will apply here also. How will it apply? Just because when a vibhakti follows, he has used the vibhakti. So you can see how much Panini keeps in his mind when he makes sutras. He has everything in view. So by just saying this, he's saying kimah kaha will apply even in this section. Okay? Then some swara effects will be there. Then another important thing about this, I told you, I mentioned it briefly, is this. We saw there's one sutra, 4282. We'll go there and come back. Where is 4282? So you can see, where does taddhita adhikara begin? Taddhita adhikara begins in here, 4176. What do you mean by taddhita adhikara begins there? It means from 4176 to 54 end, whatever pratyayas are going to be listed are going to be called taddhita pratyayas. Now, in that section, there is an important rule. Samarthanam prathamat va. What is samarthanam? Samartha is when two words are connected in meaning. When two words are connected in meaning. Like what? Tasya apatyam. Or tatra bhavaha. Or tasya bhavaha. Tadasya asti. These are all connected words, connected in meaning. When the words are connected thus in meaning, what will happen? This taddhita pratyaya has to come. Taddhita pratyaya has to come. After which of the two words should it come? See, I say tasya apatyam. Should it come after apatyam or should it come after tasya? This is an important question. When we are looking at pratyaya has to be added to one of the words in the relationship, to which one? And that is what is being defined at a very high level here, that in taddhitas, samarthanam madhye, there are two words here related. Among them, in the sutra, the first one which is mentioned, after that word, the pratyaya should come. Are you with me? In the sutra. So now, what is the sutra? Tasya apatyam. Example. Tasya apatyam. Means what? His descendant. Her descendant. Right? Now, should I add the pratyaya after the person who's descendant or the descendant? Dasharathasya putraha. Where should I add? In the sutra, tasya apatyam. These are two words which are related. Which is the first one pronounced there? Tasya. Therefore, the Shashtiyanta pada, that pada alone will get the taddhita pratyaya. Are you with me? So, when you're writing the Vigraha Vakya, you could write apatyam dasharathasya. You can write. So, you flip the order because in Sanskrit you can flip. Even when understanding sutra, you can say apatyam tasya. I don't have to tasya apatyam, but do whatever you want in your head. What Panini has said, among the two words related, the first one will get a pratyaya. So this is a this rule is very important in taddhitas, because you should know, if you're operating sutras, to what should I add the pratyaya? I have told you so far, use the sarvanama. Whatever the sarvanama, that you would replace with the word. That's easy. That's what we have to do anyway. But this is the method being told. So we say the pada vidhi, whether it's samasa, whether it's taddhita, it's all samarthanam pada vidhi, samarthaf pada vidhi. Only when two words are related meaning, you can make a samasa. Only when two words are related in meaning, you can make a taddhita pratyaya, add a taddhita pratyaya. In samasa, both words are used. In taddhita, only one word is used. But in both cases, two words have to be related in meaning. And what? It is va, samarthanam prathamat va. Va means what? You may choose to make a taddhita word, or you can leave it as two words. Or you can make a compound of it. That's your choice. Okay? So now, this is the sutra under which the entire taddhita world operates. So what does it require? It requires relationship. Okay? Now in this section onwards, what's going to happen? In this section, in the asmat sutrat arabhya agre, samarthana prathamat ityasya adhikara nasti. The word samarthanam and prathamat, both words will not go beyond this point. So what will come here? Va will continue. There is no samarthana, there is no prathama. Why? I told you. Here there is no relationship. For a given word, we will add a pratyaya. Are you with me? It'll become clear as we look at the examples, okay? Ityukte asmat sutrat arabhya agre prakrtyarthe means svaarthe eva pratyaya vidhanam bhavati. You take a word and you add a pratyaya. The pratyaya is going to mean exactly what the prakriti says. Whatever the prakriti says, pratyaya will not change the meaning. Prakriti meaning will be retained. For example, if I say tasmin means what? Saptamirtha, in that. Correct? in that place, in that time. And I say the pratyaya is tral. Pratyaya is tral. So what do you do in taddhitas? What you do is you take tasmin. And in tasmin, what are the constituents? Someone help me. How do you get tasmin? It is tat pratipadikam plus what? Seventh case singular vibhakti. Tat plus seventh case singular. Right? You add that pratyaya. Now, when you are making taddhita, now this whole thing will get a taddhita sanya. Then what happens? You have to knock off the vibhakti. So you'll get just tat. Tat plus smin. Smin pratyaya is there. Plus smin. And now I have a new pratyaya. Tral. I have a new pratyaya. Tral. What does tral do? It doesn't change the meaning of tasmin. Retains the meaning. But what will happen now? That smin goes away. Tat plus tral will become tatra. Somehow. It becomes tatra. So what does tatra mean now? Tasmin. You understand what I'm trying to say? Svaartha pratyaya. Tasmin plus tral means tasmin. Tasmin plus da is equal to tada means tasmin. Okay? Idam plus tral means idam means asmin. Asmin plus tral becomes iha. Means what? Asmin is equal to iha. Understand what is svaartha? Am I making myself clear? Means the word to which you add the pratyaya, the word's meaning is retained. Pratyayas is retained. That is what is svaartha pratyaya. So what are you going to find in this section now? There is no relationship. There will be a word to which you add a taddhita pratyaya. The old vibhakti will go away. This taddhita pratyaya will come in. Am I making sense? So tasyam, tasmin, tasmat. These words are there. Sarvasmat, sarvasmin. All these vibhakti pratyaya will first, what is there added in subanta will drop away. One taddhita will come and take its place quietly. And the meaning will be what? Same. Why should I do? That's how the language is. That's how the word is. And it's an avyaya. All these, when they add, what will you get? You will get an avyaya. So now, if you want to say, in that country, what will you say? Tasmin deshe. If you want to say, in those countries, tesham, what? Desheshu. You'll have to do something like that. But now, tesham, etc., don't worry. Just make it tatra everywhere, you're in good shape. Avyaya. You will get avyayas. All right. So in this section onwards, 531 onwards, any pratyaya which is added, how many are there? Two more, 5-3, 5-4. In this 5-3 and 5-4, any pratyaya that gets added is going to be svaartha pratyaya in taddhitas. Okay? Which means there is no modification of the meaning of the prakriti. There are no two sambandhita words. There's only one word to which you add a pratyaya. Okay. This is clear? Okay. Now let's go back to so he is telling you that svaarthe eva pratyavidhanam bhavati. Atra sutre vidyamananam shabdanam paraspara sambandha. What is paraspara sambandha? Samarthyam na chintaniyaha. Because there are no two words. There is no samarthyam, no meaning, words related in meaning. There's only one word. Ataha agre artha jnapaka sutrani na santi. There is no special meaning now. Kevalam pratyaya jnapak sutrani eva vidyante iti ashaya. Only on pratyaya will get, nothing more. No new meaning will come. Va ityasya adhikarah tu atrapi prachalati. But the word va in samarthanam prathamat va, that va is going to continue further. Ataha etesham sarvesham pratyayanam prayogah vikalpena bhavitum arhati. Because of the va, what is it indicating? You don't have to make tatra and tada, etc. You can keep tasmin, there is no problem. You have a choice. So vibhakti sangyakānām taddhita pratyānām yojanena nirbhitāha taddhitāntāha taddhitascha asarva vibhaktihi ityanena avyaya sangyakāha api bhavanti. So those which are vibhakti sangya, because of vibhakti sangya, these will also get a avyaya sangya. You have to go and look at this sutra to find out how. Doesn't matter for us right now. So then he is going to give examples. You know, what is the saptamya stral is one sutra in this section. So what will happen now? Kasmin. You want to say kasmin. When you want to say kasmin, you say kasmin plus stral. And then some rule kicks in and you end up with kutra. So these are the kind of words that we will be in this section. Is this understood? What is the section? From 531 through 5326. Okay. Now, which words will take these? Which are the words which can take these pratyas here in this section? That is being said here now. Which are the words? Kim sarvanama bahubhyaha. Kim sarvanama bahubhyaha advyadibhyaha. What case is this? Panchami. In a pratyaya section, when you get Panchami, what do you understand? The pratyaya must follow these words immediately. Therefore, what does it mean? The pratyayas in this section can only come after these three. What are they? Kim, Sarvanama, and Bahu. What is Sarvanama? What is Sarvanama? Do you remember what is Sarvanama? Sarvanama means there is a Gana. Sarvadi Gane Vidyamanaha. What is Sarvadi Gana? Let's look at that. What is Sarvadi Gana? Look at this. It will tell you. Sarva, Vishwa, Ubha, Ubhaya, Datara. Datara is pratyas, ending in it. Anya, Anyatara, Itara, Twat, Twa, Nema, Sama, Sima, some other Gana sutras. Then Tyad, Tad, Yad, Etat, Idam, Adas, Eka. Hold this fellow. Dvi. Dvi, Yushmat, Asmat, Bhavatu, Kim. This is called what? Iti sarvadi gana. What is gana? A group. It's a group of words. This is the group of words. They are all pronouns, okay? Sarva means, the name is very meaningful. Sarvanama means sarvasya nama. That's what it really means. Okay? Now, what did the sutra we were looking at said? It said advyadaya. So, you have to first exclude these from the sarvanama. Instead of listing so many, he said, take all sarva, exclude, see brilliance, exclude words beginning with dvi. He didn't have to list them also. Yushmat, you know what is Yushmat? Tvam yuvam yuyam, that set of words. Asmat, aham avam vayam. Bhavat, bhavatu is what? Bhavan, bhavantau, bhavantaha. And Kim. These five you remove first. From what? Sarvadigana. And then you add back what? You add back Kim. Because we want it. If he wanted to say only from Dvi to Bhavatu, he'll have to use more words. So he is smart. He said first remove entire, then add back one. It's shorter for him to write a sutra. Okay? Add back Kim. All right? And one more word which is not in this Gana, Bahu. So a majority of words in the Sarvadi Gana. Main exception is Yushmat Asmat. and Kim is added back. Are you with me? These are the words which will take this pratyas. You cannot add tral to everything in the world. These are the only words to which you can add. So this is again an adhikara, which means in this adhikara, which adhikara? Up to 5.3.26. These are the words to which pratyas will be added. He has said it here. Now you don't take Rama and add any pratyaya to it. Won't work. You take only these words. Is that clear? So see, I'm walking you through this because you understand what's happening. What is Sarvanama? It's important to remember this. Okay? So let's go back now. So we started here. Kim, because it was excluded, we have to add it back. Kim, then what? Sarvanama. Sarvanama, we saw whole list. Bahubhyaha, added Bahu. And what is excluded? Advyadibhyaha. Right? And what adhikara are we operating in? First, you should remember adhikaras. Pratyadhikara. 3.1.1. What is 3.1.2? Parascha. Then this is taddhita. It is operating under Nya Pratipadikat. Then taddhita. Keep all these in view. Further what? Pragdisho bhakti. Kim sarana bahubhyaha va. All these are finding anuvritti here. Can see how much is to be kept in view. But it's easier to keep in view rather than keep so many details in one place. You only have to remember adhikaras coming down quietly. Right? So now, what is it saying? Sarvadigane vidyamanaha. Words which are there in Sarvadigana. Beginning with Sarva, Ekaha iti yavat shabdaha. Until the word Eka you include, means other than three onwards. Then Bahu and Kim you add. And then Pragdishya Vibhakti Pratyayan Prapnuvanti. Only these words will get the pratyas in this section. This is clear? So we have said, what are the words, pratipadik, what are the words to which these pratyas can be added? All right. Okay. So then, this long story we don't have to look at now. Let's go further. What did it say now? Idama ish. Idamaha ish. Idamaha ish. What do you understand by that? Sixth case. Idamaha is sixth case. Ish is prathama ekavachanam. Okay. What does it mean? Idamaha. So, idam shabdasya. So, the word idam, this is not a pratyayish, okay? The word idam in this section should get replaced by ish. What is ish? What is ish? Shakara is it or not? Shakara is it? Are you able to remember something? Shakara is it? Now you have to remember. Lashakva taddhite, fair out, but it is what here? Here actually it's not a pratyaya even. See, if it is a pratyaya, you have to remember lashakva taddhite, correct. But it's not a pratyaya really. It's a replacement.
Swamiji?
Someone saying something?
Yeah. Swamiji, Lashakva Tadhita is for Adi.
You go look it up.
Ah.
I'm not interested in it right now.
Anekal Shitsar.
Correct. Anekal Shitsar. Hey, you have to keep quiet, okay? Only when I give a license, you have to talk. Otherwise, others won't follow what you're talking. Okay. So now what happens is this. This ish when you add, normally our rule is alontyasya. Only idam that makara should become e. But that's not what happens. Because of sha as it, the entire idam will be replaced by e. Entire idam will be replaced by e. See, Iha. Do you remember the word iha? What does iha mean? Now, here, correct? How do you get that? The pratyaya is ha. And idam to it is added to. And when idam is added, idam gets replaced by e. Therefore, you get iha. Look, these rules are not important for you. I'm just showing you how it works. What's important finally is you look at the words in this section. What does iha mean? You should know. That's more important when you don't have to see, then you don't remember all these rules necessarily. But if you enjoy knowing the rules, it helps to know how this section operates. So I'm trying to cater to both two types of audience, one which wants to know more details in sutras and what which doesn't. Both should be catered to. So those who are saying, what is all this headache, Swamiji, you can't follow, don't worry about it. Just remember iha finally. But if you want to know more about sutras, remember whatever else I told you. Okay? So that hopefully makes some of you smile. Okay, too much headache is not there. All right. Okay, so let's go back. So now it's saying when you do this, so he tells you actually, if you look further, I'll tell you. See, this is a good reading here. Anena sutrena asmat shabdat vibhakti pratyah bhavitamaranti. These are pratyas now. Eteshu pratyeshu pareshu idam shabdasya ish iti adeshah bhavati. Very simple. And what is ish now? Anekalshit sarvasya ityanena ayam sarvadesha rupena vidhiyate. So if you are able to translate this, the sutra is explained here nicely. You will not get all this in Kashikas. You will get it in this person's thing. And it's easy, actually, if you just want to check out, go into Vasu and see what it says. For idam, there is substitute ish when a pragdishya affix follows. The word pragdishya understood here also. The sha of ish is indicating a substitution of the whole. Anekalshit sarvasya. So, because I don't have time to write notes for all this, so you have to follow the class. Okay, so I'm giving you more hints to see how it works. All right. If somebody wants to prepare the notes and share, you can. I don't know how much time I'll have for this right now. Okay. So then we come back. So this is what it is, right? So all we are saying, idam becomes e. That's all, okay? What is the next rule now? So you can see what he is doing quietly. He is first telling you rules of replacement. He's telling you rules of replacement in this section. Not everywhere, just in this section. How is all that accomplished? By that first sutra, 531. It's an adhikara. In this section alone, these rules apply. So what is he saying now? He's saying, eta itau rathoho. So if you read this, you won't make head or tail of it. What is ratha? Some chariot is coming or what? No, there is no chariot involved, okay? He is talking of the fact that, when you add this idamaha we saw, right? So now the word idamaha is coming down further than anuvritti. Idam is not always replaced by e. This idam may also be replaced by et or it. When the pratyaya which follows begins with a ra or a tha. Only if you're into sutras, worry about this. Otherwise, don't worry about it, okay? If you want to understand sutras, this is the way it works. He's telling you, rathoho is saptami. Okay? And here the what is being said, that when the pratyaya follows, I can add the word pratyayoho. Anga is there. When a pratyaya beginning with ra or tha follows, then when ra beginning pratyaya follows, it will become eta. And when tha beginning follows, it will become ita. That's his rule. Why he has to derive the word? He has to derive a word like what? Itham. He has to derive that word. Okay? So whatever words are required, he has to derive. So he's giving you rules. But Finally, what do we need? We need a word. So the pratyaya irhil. Where is Ra beginning pratyaya? Rhil. How do you pronounce Rhil? You have to know how to pronounce it, okay? So then it becomes etarhi. You see the word etarhi, that you will see in the language. How do you understand that word is what's helping here. Okay? So he explains, idam in the meaning of asmin kale. When you add, means you take the word asmin, seventh case word, and to that you can add a pratyaya irhil. In the meaning of what? Asmin. When you do that, what will happen? This irhi will get replaced by this irhi will cause this to become eta. Idam will become eta. Are you seeing that? And therefore, what will the word you'll get now? Etarhi. Etarhi means what? Asmin kale. Etarhi means asmin kale. That's what you have to keep in view now. Etarhi means asmin kale. Nothing more. The word etarhi. Similarly, if we have a word to say in this manner, anena, prakarena, anena isam shabda, anena prakarena, what will happen? Idam is the pratipadika, and to that you add a pratyaya thamu, which begins with thakara, and u is ucharanartham, it goes away in and makara is what? So he says ukara ucharanartha. Therefore, what will remain? Tham will remain. Idam plus tham, when this because of the sutra we are looking at, it is beginning with what? Thakara. Therefore, the replacement will be ita. So idam will become ita. Ita plus tham will become itham. Itham means what? In this manner. Anena prakarena. Are you following what I'm trying to say? Or it's getting too hard? Anena prakarena is equal to itham. Is showing Sandhi rules, how it whole him comes. Okay? So now, what comes next now? Etado, and like this, more replacement. One more replacement. What is it saying now? If the etad shabda, okay, becomes an, etad shabdasya prag dishi etad pratye an iti adeshah bhavati. What is the example? Etad plus tral becomes an plus tra. And then you get what? Atra. So what do you understand finally? Etad, in the meaning of etasmin kale or etasmin deshe, you get a word atra. Okay? See what's going on here now. When we go too deep, sometimes it makes harder. Look at a higher level. So now, this is what we have been seeing. Idam becomes I. Eta, ita are the replacement when rakara beginning and tha beginning pratyas follow. Etad becomes an, right? And then sarva, the word sarva can optionally become sa. Sarva or sa. Sarvada is equal to sada. Sarvada is equal to sada. That's all he wants to show there. Okay. This next one is what? One main pratyaya. Panchamyaha tasil. What does this mean? Panchamyaha tasil means what? When you have a panchami artha, when you have a fifth case meaning, with what? With any of the words in this list. when you have, then you can bring in a pratyaya tasil. Okay? Lakara is it. E is nasalized, goes away. Sakara will not become it. So what will end up with? Tas. Now, any word in this section, when it takes this pratyaya, the meaning will remain what? Panchami artha. The meaning will remain fifth case meaning. So, for example, suppose I said sarvasmat. Sarva, pratipadika, fifth case. Sarvasmat. Or idam pratipadika, asmat. Etat pratipadika, etasmat. All right. So, in all these cases, what's the pratyaya which will come in? Tas. And what will tas do? It will knock out your supratyaya. Net result will be what? You will get a word like itaha, right? Sarvataha. And what will it mean? It will have Panchami meaning. Very common. You see a word ataha. How do you get ataha? Comes from this rule. Tasil. Okay? That's how you end up the word. So what do these sutras give you? Gives you words which are very commonly used in language. And they have simply the meaning of a particular case of this set of words. There's nothing extra being done. But they're very heavily used. Who wants to write yasmin when I can write yatra? So much simpler, you know. Yatra kale tvanavrittim. You know, Gita you'll hear. Yatra kale yada sarve pramuchyante kama yesha kridishrita yada. You know, na tatra suryo bhati na chandra tarakam tatra yatra yogeshvara krishnaha yatra partho dhanurdharaha. How commonly do you find these words? They're all over the place. How do they come? This is how they come. I mean, how do they come means, this is how Panini suggests you can get them through sutras. Not that they come like this. The words are already there in the language. If you remember all the words, forget about sutras. You don't need any of them. But this is how they come. Okay. So then, now this tasil pratyaya, there is another pratyaya called tas. There is another pratyaya called tas. And that is added sometimes. I mean, it's supposed to be added again for a specific set of words, but then it has an extension. So you can add it in the meaning of any vibhakti. You can add it in the meaning of any vibhakti. So the thus will, and you and I can't add, but when the word is there, you can understand it in any vibhakti sometimes. So it will be called sarva vibhaktika tas. Means what? Every vibhakti artha will be indicated by that pratyaya. Okay? So that will give us. So you can have a word and you won't know. Aditaha. Aditaha means what? It can mean adi with any case ending now. So the word thus, when you see, if you see a sarvanama or bahu or kim, then first try out fifth case meaning. Typically, it will be fifth case meanings. But then it could also take other case meanings. Contextually, we have to look at it. But thus, in both cases, will be avyaya, thus ending. All these will be avyayas. Therefore, the word will end up as taha. Sakara will become visarga, ataha, etc. You have to know that the meaning can be fifth case, can be any other case also. Okay? Panchamyaha tasil. That's the sutra here. Then sorry, let me go back to this one. Okay. So now thus he's saying it's not only for these words, he wants to add two more words. Pari abhibhyancha. Pari abhibhyancha means what? The word pari and the word abhi will also take tas pratyaya. What will you get? Paritaha, abhitaha. What does paritaha mean? Paritaha means on all sides. What is abhitaha mean? On both sides. Paritaha on all sides. Abhitaha on both sides. That's all it means. Then the next sutra says saptamyaha tral. What does it mean? When you have a seventh case meaning, the seventh case meaning can be alternately said by the pratyaya tral. Which seventh case meaning? It could be kala adhikarana, it could be desha adhikarana, it could be vishaya adhikarana. Total seventh case meaning is covered by tral pratyaya. Okay? So if you take sarvatra, what will happen to kim? Kim will become kutra. Okay? Etad will become atra. Okay? Tad will become tatra. Others will become amutra. You want to know exactly how they come? Then you have to look at each of the further sutras. There'll be one rule replacing one thing with another. But what's important? That you know, tra ending means it is in case of seventh case. That's what you catch. But idam does not become itra. Iha. Iha chedavedit atha satyamasti. Same meaning, saptamyartha. Avyaya. Iha. Okay? Saptamyaha tral. Idamohaha. You see this now? Saptamyaha tral. What happened with idam? Idamohaha. So what will happen now? Tral, instead of tral, you'll get ha. And idam will get replaced by what? E. So what will the result now? Idamaha ish. We saw ish. So idam will become e, tral will become ha, you will get iha. All right. Kimo at. So you have to watch this now. So this going up to where? 5, 3, 10, 2, 5, 3, 22 is the meaning of seventh case. 5, 3, 10, 2, 5, 3, 20, 12 sutras. Why? Because pratyas will change here and there, predominantly. All right. So now he's saying kimo at. What is kimo at now? It has to be kimaha at. Right? So what is at now? Let us see what it does. Because idam we saw iha. What will happen to kim? Let us take a look. Because I would expect kutra. This could be another form. Let's see what exactly the word is. So now idamohaha kimo at. So now he's saying what? Kimaha saptamya atva. So what will you get now? you will get, see, kim plus at becomes a, kim plus a, and then what happens? There's one more sutra, that kwa ati. When kim is followed by at, you get kwa. So what does it mean now? Kutra is one possibility. Kwa is another possibility. This much you catch. Kwa means what now? Kasmin. Kwa means kasmin. Kutra means kasmin. Just give me 1 second. Get my battery up. Okay. Sorry. So you got what now? Kwa. If you go look in Briharanaka, you'll find some kwas. Definitely. Kwa means what? How will you translate kwa now? Kasmin. Suppose I say kasmin karana. For what reason? Right? Kasmin deshe. Kwa. Where? Kwa means where? Kutra is where, right? See, kutra you are clear about. When? Kasmin can also mean when. Kasmin kale. Kasmin vishaye, in what subject matter. So that kwa can say all the things that kasmin can say, so can kutra. Is that clear? And to make this possible, he has to make one more sutra. Kimo at. Do we need this? Maybe easier to remember kwa, because you will not get another word. For the sutra, you get only one word, kwa. Okay? So, see, anena nirbitaha kwa shabdaha kutraha asmin eva arthe prayujyate. Same meaning. Smartavyam asmin sutre va iti pakarshah asti. So he is giving you some optionality is there, etc. Okay? We don't need to worry too much about it. Then, what is next now? Vaha chandasi. In chandas, in the Vedas, there's a particular way. Okay? So what will you get there? Kuha. Instead of kwa, you get kuha. I don't remember this, okay? If we see kuha, we'll look at it that time. Don't worry about it. But kwa you see. Now, so now, this is giving you some extension of these pratyas, which are not very required by us at this time. Okay? Anyebhyapi drishyante, we can leave this out. Now, sarvaika anya kim yat tadaha kale da. Seventh case has the meaning of kala also, desha also, and vishaya also. Now, only in the saptami artha of kala, you have another pratyaya. What is the pratyaya? Da. Kale, da. So, normally I will remember only this much, okay? I don't try to remember the whole sutra. I remember kale, da. That's enough for me. Saptamyaha tral, kale, da. For which ones? Sarva, eka, anya, kim, yat, tadaha. Which means not the entire group of words. There is a subset. But I am not trying to create words. I am trying to understand words. So subset is good enough for me. I don't need which subset. Okay. So what will you get now? You will get words like sarvada, ekada. So ekada means what? At one time. Sarvada, at all times. Okay. So ekada. Then what? Anyada. Kada. Kim becomes ka? Kada. Yasmin becomes yada. Tat becomes tada. So you can see what? Anena prakarena sarvada ekada Anyada, tada, yada, tada, ete shabdaha ane sutrena siddhyanti. And they're all going to be avyayas. So, therefore, it is basically, you understand that when you say a saptami in the sense of time, then da can come. All right. Then what? In the same saptamyartha, in the kala meaning, idam becomes what? Not ida. Idam doesn't become ida. Idamaha ish don't apply now. Because ha is beginning here. Idamaha irhil. Pratyaya is now irhil. Since pratyaya is irhil, what will happen now? Idam seventh case asmin. Asmin kale. Plus irhil. What happens now? This idam plus irhi. And idam will become eta. Why? One rule we saw. Et and it. Swamiji, how many rules? Don't worry. Remember one thing. Asmin is equal to etarhi. That's all. Asmin means in this time, at this time, etarhi. It's not etat. It is idam becoming etarhi. That's the interesting part here. Okay. So etarhi will come like this. Iha, see this. Kala ityeva. Asmin kale is equal to etarhi. If it's desha, iha deshe. You cannot make, irhil here. Etarhi you cannot add here. Etarhi deshe is not possible. Etarhi means kale. So Bhashyakara will tell sometimes up to now, and he will say etarhi. You will note. Okay. Now, adhuna. Adhuna means what? Asmin kale ityasmin arthe adhuna iti shabda nipatyate. I am telling you there's one more word called adhuna. Has the meaning of what? Etarhi. Asmin kale. That's all. Adhuna means now, at this time. Adhuna kim karaniyam? What should be done by me now? That's the meaning. Adhuna. Okay. So you got asmin, right? Then you got what? Asmin kala. In that sense, you got the meaning of etarhi. And now you got adhuna. Keep those words in view. Then, danim cha. One more word. What will be? Idanim. So, idanim is equal to adhuna is equal to etarhi is equal to asmin. Is that clear? Idanim means now. Adhuna means now. Asmin kale, now. So you got one more word. Every sutra is for one word. Idanim. But now, is this only situation of danim cha? So he says here, idam shabdasya saptami bhakyantat kale abhideya idanim iti pratyaya svaarthe vidhiyate. All right. But we also have word things like tadanim or no. If it's there, it will show now. Tado dacha. So what do you get now? Tadaha saptamya kaleda danim cha. So what will you get now? Tadanim. So not only idanim, tadanim, then, at that time. Or tada, at that time. Kaleda. Or tatra. Tatra is wider in meaning. Can mean time, can mean place, can mean vishaya saptami. But this da and tadanim will only mean in terms of time. At that time. In that time. Okay. So now he says you have one more in Chandas. Tarhi. Tarhi. You've seen this word. Tarhi. That is Chandasam for Tat. Meaning is then. Okay. Sometimes also said as then means not in time, sometimes said as a condition. If so, then. Okay. Then what do you get? Anadyatane hili anyatarasyam, irhil anyatarasyam. So now he is telling what? Sarvadigane vidyamanebhyaha. Okay, all these words, for all these. Anadyatane kale abhidheye svaarthe irhil vikalpena bhavati. So kale can be any time. But now he's saying, if it is not in the way of not today, if the time is not today, then you can add irhil to all these words. So you will get what? You will get a lot of words. So it will mean karhi. Kasmin kale will become karhi. Yasmin kale yarhi. But when? Only when it is not today. Haven't seen these words much. Okay, but you might find him. But you find irhil, you understand it's kale. That much you'll catch first. Extra is not today. Not very important to us. Then he gives you a lot of words in time. Sadhyaha, Purut, Parut, Parari, Eshamaha, Paredyavi, Adya, Purvedyuhu, Anyedyuhu, Anyataredyuhu, Itaredyuhu, Aparedyuhu, Adharedyuhu, Ubhayedyuhu, Uttaredyuhu. All these are words in time. Sadhya means now. Adya is today. Purvedyuhu yesterday. Anyedyu is another day. So each of these, you can see all dyu ending are talking of something connected to today. Okay. So these are the examples. So what are they now? You can see he will cover all these. Purva becomes Parut. I'm not getting into all these because I'm saying, see, there's no end. How many you remember is up to you. But you can see this. Purvedyu on the previous day. Anyedyu on the other day. Anyataredyuhu will become what? On any other day. Itarasmin, Itaredyuhu on a different day. Adharasmin ahani on a previous lower day. Adhara is previous, lower. Adhara is lower. So like this, you have all these connected to days. Uttareddihu will be in the future, later day. So lot of words given to Adya is today. Sadhyaha is right now, currently. Now he's giving you a summary kind of thing, okay? Purveddihu, Adhareddihu, Uttareddihu, Paredyavi, Ubhayeddihu, Ubhayaddihu on 2 days. So if you can remember all of them, wonderful. You can't, at least you have this list to look up if you want, okay? You can read in dictionary also. But a lot of words which are in terms of time. And once time is over, now he comes to Prakara Vachana. What is Prakara Vachana? The manner of doing. Prakara Vachana is manner of doing. Therefore, what do you get? The pratyaya is thal. So what will you get now? Yena. Yena. See, when you say Prakara Vachana, you add. Yena is in what sense? Yena prakarena. Yena prakarena. Like I said, tasmin kale. Now, yena prakarena. In which manner? Then what will the word come? Yena plus thal. And at yena will become yad because that's the pratipadika. And yad plus tha, you will end up with what? There's some sutra which you have to know. Yad will become ya, and we get up with yatha. Yatha means what? In which manner? In which manner? Similarly, what? Tatha, in that manner. Sarvatha, in all ways. Anyatha, sometimes it just means or. Ubhayatha, in both ways. All these are apyas. Okay? But what about Kim? Katha? No. Becomes Katham. Why? because another sutra will tell you that. First, he goes with idam first. Idamas thamuhu. So idam, in this manner, if you want to say, what will you get? You will get anena prakarena. And that becomes what? Itham. Itham vijanami viviktarupam, etc. Itham bhute trithiya. Itham, in this manner. What should you remember? Thal becomes thamu. Itham, in this manner. Anena prakarena. Itham. So, he is telling you, etena prakarena ityeva. Etat plus tham. Again becomes itham. Kimascha. What happens? Kim? Katham. Same pratyaya. Tham. So, you get yatha, tatha, anyatha, but you get what? Itham, and you get katham. In what way? So now he is giving one more Vedic usage, which we are not too interested in. So what will you get then? See, katha. Vedic usage is katha only, not katham. Katha. Tha hetau cha chandasi. I have not looked in sutra, but with that, we have completed this section. This section is about getting these words in saptamyartha, panchamyartha, kala, desha. All these meanings, you get these words. So what should you do? You can forget all sutras and just get, somebody can compile a list of all these words here. And what do they mean? In what sense? And just have that list handy. Look at it a few days, you will remember what the pratyas are. You don't have to remember this idamaha ish, thamu. Don't have to remember all this. What should you remember? Katham, itham, right? Adhuna, etarhi, tarhi. So these words are one bunch. Keep them together. All right? So that's what it will give you. Was this useful to you? Or did it seem more like, load? Because that's right, if you want to further look at it, then the sutras have shown you how it works. If you don't want, I told you last thing, you just look at the words, and it's good to remember all these possibilities. Tatra, nyatra, kwa, all these we should know. So when you see kwa, means you know in kasmin, immediately you can see katham. All these words should come. All right. So this is called pratyas. One section I have done for you, which is pretty straightforward. It's not difficult. And from this point onwards, as I said, all taddhitas will be only a word being replaced. The word remains the same, meaning remains the same. The word changes, drops its supratyaya and takes on a taddhita pratyaya. You'll get some new words. So you will have a lot of things. There is pratyaya like ka. To anything small, you can add a pratyaya ka. You have a, I'm making this up, okay? You have a mountain, parvata, you make it parvataka. It'll be a small mountain. Like that. May not be exact, okay? What I'm saying is, lot of pratyas like that. Svaarthe, svaarthe, some other. All svaarthe. Which means there is no extra meaning and there's no relationship. One word has another form with taddhita pratyaya. And they may also decline, because the non-declining part was for this section where the vibhakti sanya is there. You may not get avyayas. You may get words which are declinable. Okay. So 531 all the way to 5-4 end are all svaartha pratyas, unless there's some, special meanings come in between. That's possible. Panini Maharaj can do things. But generally, they're all svaartha pratyas. No relationship involved. All right. So I will see. As I said, I will try to think what is it, because I don't want to just do this class for the sake of doing it. It should be something which we can carry in your head to some extent. So mayat is a pratyaya which I would like to do anyway, because it's used in, and there's arguments about in the Shastra now and then. So we'll look at that. And then perhaps we'll look at, so this tasil and tas, you understand this much. Tas can mean panchamirthe or sarva vibhakti tasil. Both are possible. We'll probably look at it briefly again when we come next time. All right. So that will take care of tasil, because tasil is very common again, very common pratyaya for us, and very useful to know. Just add one tas and you can, without worrying about declining, you can use it. Sarvatah pani padam tat sarvato kshishiro mukham sarvatah. No? So like this, you will get a lot of words on all sides, etc. Okay. Any questions? Yes, Harsh.
Swamiji, I've seen mattaha, but that is not, it was excluded from this group, but it seems to be of the same.
No, see, mattaha would come under after what? Asmat pratyaya. Okay. Asmat pratyaya was excluded in the adhikara itself. We saw sarvadi excluding dvi, etc. So it's not coming directly. It's coming through a different direction. And that's also panchamyartha. Okay. And you can get asmattaha or mattaha, both are possible. Mattaha will be only one, singular. Asmattaha will come in the other cases, I think. And so asmat will get replaced by mat for singular. There's a rule like that. But mattaha, twattaha also. Twattah kamalapatraksha, mahatmya, etc. So mattaha, twattaha are same, tasil. Could be panchamyarthe tasil. Or could be tas. See, all we know is end in tas. We don't know it's tas or tasi or tasil. All possibilities exist because multiple pratyas can end up in the same form ultimately. Okay? But that's what it means. Mattaha means from me. Mattaha parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. But if it's plural, it will be asmattaha. Because generally what happens, see, that will have a samasa implication first. Because you will have asmat plus something. For example, if say matkarma may not be in asmattaha, matkarma. Matkarma is asmat karma. Why it become matkarma? So it will be very likely in 6.3. 6.3.1 to 6.3 end is all adeshas for purvapada in samasa. When uttarapada follows, if you look at 6.3.1, if we just go and look at 6.3.1, you will find a simple rule which says uttarapade. Aluk uttarapade. You see this? Aluk uttarapade. Oh, I'm ready to share it, looks like. Give me a second, okay? I thought I shared, but I didn't share. Okay. See now? Aluk uttarapade. There are two words here. Aluk and uttarapada. Aluk will go up to 25 or 26. 6.3, 26. Uttarapade will go all the way. What does it mean? When uttarapada follows, something is going to happen. When will uttarapada follow? That can happen in a compound. And I think by some extension, it can also happen in taddhita. Okay. So you go and look here. Somewhere there'll be one rule for asmat. Very likely. So, sorry. Looks like it's working. Let's see. So, asmadi uttamaha. What does it say now? Yada asmat shabdena tating samana nirdesha bhavati tada asmat No, this is not the one I was interested in. Oh, it went somewhere else. 1-4, not here at all. So nothing here. Could be something else. I don't remember the sutra offhand, but I'm just saying two possibilities. One is samasa possibility and in taddhita also. That asmatta and mattaha and asmattaha will two words will come. Okay. Anything else?
Swamiji, one doubt, Swamiji, not
Yes, Avinash.
directly from this class. This word sometimes shukli karomi, that is taddhita word or samasa or kridanta, Swamiji?
It's a shukli karanam. Shukli is a taddhita. It's basically the Lakshana Vakya is abhuta tadbhave. Chvi. Abhuta tadbhave. What was not has become that. Ashuklam shukli bhavati. Ashuklam shukli karoti. Ashuklam shukli asti. So these pratyas can only bhu, asa and kri. Okay. Shuddhi karanam. Shuddhi bhavanam. So asa, bhu and kri. Three dhatu only will take this. And what is the meaning? What was not something is made or is something.
So after taddhita, it is becoming samasa, Swamiji.
Shukli. See, if you say shukli kri, it'll be a samasa. Shukli karoti is not samasa, right?
Swamiji, like upapada we can be samasa.
No, but I'm just saying when I make two words, shukli karoti, then shukli won't be a samasa.
Okay.
That's why I said shukli kri.
Mm.
Shukli kritaha will be samasa.
Mm.
But shukli karoti won't be a samasa.
Okay.
For that, what you're trying to say is this. Is the word shukli also having gati status? That is likely.
Okay.
Because you need to make a gati tat purusha. To make gati tat purusha, you need a gati sanya. So that may be coming with this chvi pratyanta. Okay. So the chvi pratyaya, when you add, you will get a taddhita pada. Ashuklaha, shukli. What was not white became white. What was not good became good. What was not blue became blue. Whatever it is, that kind of thing.
Yes.
Made or becomes or is. Now, when that word has to be compounded, what kind of compound can it enter into? In that context, very likely you will get a situation like this. So now, if we go back to share, and let's go here, and we'll look for tree. See now this 1461. Straight away I can tell you it's Gati Sanya. Uryadi Chvidachascha. Uri Adi Chvidacha. What's saying? Uryadi Gana Shabdaha, Chvi Pratyayanta Shabdaha, Dach Pratyayanta Shabdaha, Kriya Yoge Gati Sanyakaha Bhavanti. That's why you get what? Shukli Kritya, Patapata Kritya, Urari, Uri Kritya. If you just need Shukli, you don't need this compounding. So when you want to make a compound, then what happens? Chvi anta shabda, see, chvi pratyanta shabda gets a gati sankhya. When you have a connection with a karma, that's your connection which you're looking for, I think.
Yes.
But if you're just looking for chvi, you will find it is, so if we again go back, chvi, so you will find abhuta tadbhave krib bhu asti yoge sampadya kartari chvihi. So abhuta tadbhave, when it was not something, now it becomes that. What was not becomes that. And in what, with what dhatus? Kri bhu asti yoge. Three dhatus. So sampadya kartari is what you have to look at it a little more here, okay? means it gains that. Sampatyate, that kind of meaning. So in that sense, kartaryarthe chvi pratyaya bhavati. So he gives an example here. So he says, abhuta purvasya vikarasya sampadanam kriyate chet, means it's gained. And that with kriyu bhu and us itesham yoge svaarthe chvi iti pratyaya bhavati. Shukla bhavati. Shukli bhavati. Shuklaha karoti. There's no extra meaning. But shukli gives a new form now. Is that clear?
I think that Shuddhikaranam comes now, Swamiji.
Huh?
That Shuddhikaranam. That one is this
What
word.
karanam?
Shuddhi.
Correct. Shuddhi also. Because that Shuddha became Shuddhi. See, in Shvi, what happens? A word ending in gets an E adesha. Something like that happens. That's why you get all these.
Yes, Swamiji.
We will look at it sometime, maybe. I have that in view. This Twi and maybe Dach, just for fun. Dach is the other one. Patapata karoti. Dach. I told you about, the Shwanavad Gurgurayate. These are all called Dach. Dach means for telling a particular sound. So you say, when a pencil falls, what's the sound? I want to say something. How will you make this sound? So you produce some sound in your mouth, okay? And you mean that. And then you repeat that sound. So Panchadashikara will do it. How does water flow? Kala kala. How does fire burn? Bhoga bhoga. How does Vayu move? Whatever, he'll give some sound. Ha ha or something like that. Hoo hoo or something like that will give. But the point is, you repeat that. And that will mean it is avyakta anukarane. A sound which is not vyakta. You do anukaranam of it and you repeat it. So it's called ambreditam. Repetition will happen. Okay? So these are all extra words for you. So you are happy with more Sanskritam. All right. Any other question? Amyanshu, you had a question? I saw your hand going up earlier.
Samiji, meaning of ether heat, till now it is ingrained in my mind as until now, ether heat. Now I find Asmin Kale.
Okay, let's do one very quick job.
No, it is Asmin Kale, it is shown in the, you have shown in the class.
No, but don't conclude it has only one meaning, okay?
Oh.
Let's do one thing. It should be that only, but let us make doubly sure by checking the dictionary once. Okay? Best thing is to check the dictionary because we don't know all meanings of a given word, okay? We know one meaning. That doesn't mean other meanings don't exist. Safer bet is to always go and check whether our understanding was wrong or there's another meaning possible. I will never trust my memory on this. No. Etarhi tasmin kale. Samprati idanim adhuna sampratam. And he gives you either more hill. So there is any other meaning? Now, at this time, at present.
Nowadays.
Okay? But you can see a measure of time.
Until now, somehow it is ingrained in my mind until now.
See, but that would be in a context. It would be in a context. Okay. What you're saying is not wrong. Because apyetarhi, even up to now, that kind of meaning will come.
Okay.
So what you're saying is not, I wouldn't say is off. Let's take a quick look. Let me see if I can find something that I will tell you, okay? Okay, I can share and do also, it's not a problem. Give me a second. Etarhi. Anveshana. Okay, Prasthanatraya Bhashya. Anveshana. So now I will share the screen. Give me 1 second, okay? You see now, I did a search for Etarhi in Prasthanatraya Bhashya. So you see what? In some place, idam shuklam idam krishnam va rupam etat iti rupam Tat idam avyakritam vastu etarhi. What do you say? Etasmin kale nama rupabhyam eva vyakriyate asau nama idam rupamiti. Then another example is what? So एतर्हि एतस्मिन् वर्तमाने काले यः कश्चित् क्लीन् तत् सृष्टौ एतर्हि अस्मिन् काले अपि एकाकी सन्. So again एतर्हि एतस्मिन् काले, but you can see एतस्मिन् अपि काले,
Api.
even at this time,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So I'm trying to see if there's another possibility here. No. So these were the only instances I found in Prasthanatraya Bhashya.
I need to erase my
Okay.
long-term
No, but
memory.
I'm just saying, very likely what will happen, what will happen is this, that they will be in a context from some time up to now. That context would have been there. Like Aetarhi or something like that. And you would have seen that meaning as up to now. And that's what you have
Okay.
held as the meaning of Tarhi. But it's not Etarhi, it has got another word going with it. Must have.
Okay. Thank you very much for all the troubles, Swamiji.
No
Thank you.
trouble. No trouble. Okay. Anything else? All right. Did I do the prayer? Don't remember. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Please watch the mail. Next week, there's a possibility I might cancel the class. Okay? Small possibility. Because I have to travel on Saturday morning. Friday evening, whether I can do or not, I'm not sure. So if it's there, you will. If it's not there, I will let you. If it's there, it will be there. Okay. Thank you.